Hello there. On this tutorial I am going to be improving the user experience when lazy loading images, and I am going to begin with a very simple improvement, which is using a default placeholder image. On my case, I already have one that I can use. It's here on the image directory and it's called blur. It's a simple gradient, but the important thing about the image that you decide to use as a placeholder is that it needs to be lightweight. For example, this image is around 3 kilobytes. That is because the whole point of what we are doing is optimizing the load speed. And since this image is going to be loaded initially, it needs to load fast. And since I'm going to be reusing it across all of my images, it's just going to be downloaded once and reused by all of my image tags. Okay, now, while still simulating a slow network, I will reload the browser and check how it looks now. If I scroll down, you can see that there was my placeholder and then it was replaced by my image. That is an improvement because at least the layout is not suddenly making big jumps. However, there is still room for improvement. The other thing I want to do is to give it a class so that I can identify the images that I want to lazy load. You don't need to actually call it lazy, it can be whatever you want. In my case, lazy makes sense for me, and I am going to show you the styling that I am applying through this class, and as you can see, I am simply adding a blur filter. Additionally, I want to make the image blur in and remove the lazy class from the image once my real image is loaded, and I can do that here on my lazy load function by adding an event listener for the load event. This way I can execute code once the image has finished loading. And what I will do here is get a reference to my image that have been loaded from the event target, and then I will add the class blur in, and I am going to explain you what it does soon, and I will also remove the lazy class. I will show you what the blur in class does here on my animation CSS file, and you can see it's using a very simple CSS animation that goes from a blur filter of 8 to 0. And I assign here the animation duration, and that's it. I'm going to reload the browser and see how it looks. You can see it looks better now, and in my opinion that is a better using experience. This is all you need in order to lazy load images with this custom effect. Additionally, if you have checked my using next-gen formats blog post, you know I have already implemented another recommendation related to load time, which is using WebP formats, and since Safari does not support that image format, I'm using the picture tag in order to fall back to PNG formats on Safari. So I also need to write a function to be able to lazy load the picture tags. That is what I'm going to be doing on my next video, and I will actually implement the lazy load on my homepage, publish my website, and check my new score on Google Page Speed Insights. See you on the next video.